After a tumultuous period over at DC Comics, the father and son crime fighting duo of Batman and Robin have reunited in the pages of their very own series. Bruce and Damian have continually gone up against animal based threats over at DC, including a new gender swapped version of their old enemy known as Hush. My name is Arako Braddock, and today, let's go ahead and explore the pages of Batman and Robin issue 4. Before we get deeper into the video, I want to encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button over on this video. Father and son separated. Batman and Robin have been separated. Batman works with White Rabbit to track down the new femme fatale Shush, while his son Damian hunts down the criminal mastermind who is targeting his father. But Damian won't like who he finds. Don't miss out on the shocking ending. Batman and Robin issue 4 is written over from Joshua Williamson. We have art over from Mikel, Janin, and Simone Di Meo. Colors from Jeromy and Romulo Fajardo Jr. Letters over from Steve Wands. And the cover for Batman and Robin issue 4 is coming in over from Simone Di Meo as well here. Really think it's interesting how we get our preview of the trio working together across this issue with the White Rabbit joining Batman and Robin. Want to extend a big thank you to Adventures in Poor Taste and talk about the interesting details over in the artwork coming in from Mikel Janin and Simone Di Meo here. Mikel Janin is able to tackle this opening sequence portraying some of the origins of Damian Wayne and giving us this new context over in the world where he was trained as an assassin with his mother Talia al Ghul. Across previous issues of Batman, we've gotten continued references to Damian's training as an assassin, especially with this character of Mistress Harsh. Damian is a really cocky character, and watching Harsh call him out repeatedly throughout the course of this opening sequence delivers such an interesting character dynamic. Also think Mikel Janin does a really solid job capturing all the details and movement throughout the art in this issue. My only real criticism over with Janin's artwork is that it doesn't seem to match up that well over with Simone Di Meo. The way that Di Meo utilizes shading across some of his figures and establishes this really interesting line work over for Batman and Robin makes him so much different from Janin that I think sometimes these artists detract from each other as opposed to building a greater whole over in the 4th issue of Batman and Robin. Thankfully, though, Janin is still fantastic at depicting this characterization, and there's some really strong elements of dialogue from Joshua Williamson over in this sequence, too. I really like when Talia al Ghul shows up over in this scene. I feel like she sucks so much air out of the room and really grants such an imposing physical presence on the page. There's so much great shading, and I think Janin does such a great job really depicting some of the body language and expressions just from the tremendously confident Talia over in some of these pages here. When Batman and Robin shifts over to the present, I think there's a great artistic shift over with Simone Di Meo, as well as the character of Shush and the animal-themed villains over in the storyline 2 here. Really thought there was some interesting conversation between Man-Bat and Damian across this tale. Also, I love the character dynamics of White Rabbit working alongside Batman in order to track down Damian across this series. Really hope that we get even more character interactions with White Rabbit. I think she brings this jovial nature over to the series and a bit of an unexpected element to the comic book that makes Batman and Robin feel a little bit more chaotic than it would have otherwise here. Across the pages of Batman and Robin, readers have gotten so many flashbacks to Damian's origin, along with the mysterious Mistress Harsh character. Plus, there's been this subplot building in the background over with Batman and Robin, where Damian is apprehensive about leaving some of his superhero activities behind and just going to a normal school. Joshua Williamson's final couple pages over in the issue managed to connect so many of the disparate plot threads over for this series and give Damian a really strong impact and reasoning to attend the school setting here over in the first place. Very happy that Batman and Robin appears to be past its introductory phase and headed to the next stages over in the plot. I've really enjoyed how, I think, very similarly to Joshua Williamson's current Superman run, Batman and Robin has been arranging all these plot threads and returning to them issue after issue across the main series, whether it extends over to the character of Shush, Damian's origins, or this school setting here. I think the formula that Williamson really tackles these ongoing series with these plot threads that continue issue after issue really manages to strike such an amazing sequence and sense of pacing across all these individual comics. So at the end of the day here, I think Batman and Robin issue 4 is a tremendous installment that finally kicks the plotting of the series into gear and establishes a brand new mystery involving the character of Shush. I really like how this series has been opening up some of the character dynamics over with the White Rabbit, and feel like in general there's such a strong sense of characterization between our core protagonists of Batman and Robin. Really hope that Joshua Williamson will just continue to find the interesting character dynamics over in this series to make this relationship feel fresh. While I do think that Mikel Janin, as well as some of Simone Di Meo's artwork, clashed across this issue, I was really taken with both their pencils in the opening and closing sequences of the issue, and also found that Simone Di Meo's interiors during that zoo sequence over in Gotham was pretty fantastic as well. I want to know from you, what are some of your thoughts over on Batman and Robin issue 4? Are you still enjoying this series? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.